So you guys, I tried to like get a background going, but it didn't work. You guys are gonna have to look at my ugly garage for a little while. Basically, what I'm here to tell you about is Sam's final months. Since I'm having a very hard time doing his whole story at once, I'm just gonna tell you the last few months of his life. Me and Sam were addicted together. We were together for about 6 years. We were homeless. We hadn't showered in weeks, and we had like maybe 3 pairs of clothes. And like literally whenever we changed, those clothes went in the garbage because they were so worn out and disgusting that socks became disposable, stuff like that. Clothes never stayed around for long. We always threw them out. And then when we didn't have clothes, we'd go check out abandoned houses and find our clothes that way. It was the most pathetic existence ever, I think. And that's why I fight daily trying to get people out of what I went through. Sam suffered a horrible fate. Not a lot of people know exactly why, so I'm gonna tell you guys this story. Sam was in jail a lot. He used to go to Walmart and load up a big tub like that orange tub. He'd fill up a tub like that of Red Bulls, walk out, and then he'd go to the hood and he would sell them to a gas station for like, he'd get like, I don't know, like $10 a case, 20, whatever. I didn't do that. I wasn't that hot. I was not a hot boy shit, but I kind of, he went to jail for quite some time, and that's when I met Richard, and I decided like, I want to get my life together. I can't live like this forever. I remember it was yesterday. It was like August 16th or something like that. I will confirm and show you guys when I come back to edit. Sam knew I was happy with Richard, and I was actually at Laser Quest with Richard's friend and her daughter, and we were playing laser tag, and then I get this text message on my phone that said, "I'm just going to stay away for good, Janine. We had a good run, but you broke my heart and threw me out like trash. I'm going away from around here. I leave tomorrow. That's why I called to see if you wanted to chill one more time before I go. But I could see you're busy. You take care of yourself, Janine, and do me a favor. When I'm gone and you're in the neighborhood, go by Vito's old house and go in his room. You will know when you go there. Goodbye, my angel." I automatically took that as like a suicide threat, So I immediately texted him back and I said, "Do I have to send the police over there to do a welfare check?" Because I thought he was being immature and whatnot. Like, I never get to see my kid. He knows this. Why is he doing this now? We had a hard time letting go of each other, I guess you can say. I'd like to see you one last time before I go. So anyway, I decided to go and see him. When I went to see him, I got arrested. He got arrested. We got put on probation. I'm on probation for another freaking year for this. I got put on for 2 years. I made it through a year. Woohoo! Time to go. October 2021. I'm aiming for it. Gotta get off that probation. We got pulled over and we got caught with heroin. But guess what? They tested it and found methamphetamines in it. So now I was being charged with possession of methamphetamines, a 15-year felony, a second habitual, bunch of craziness in Detroit. Got arrested. Richard got me out from Oakland County because I got a personal bond out of Wayne. And then Oakland County wanted me and they gave me 14 days, but my man got me out. So Sam sat in jail. He sat in jail. I was still getting high at the time. I got clean in October. We both got sentenced or whatever. I got probation. October 10th. I got clean October 16th. Sam got released from Wayne County and sent to Macomb County. He waited out the rest of his time there. When he was there, his parents and his brother and even I pleaded with the judge like he needs mandatory rehab. He needs rehab. Like he needs a tether and rehab. Like he's going to die. And the judges ignored all of our pleas and they released him due to overcrowding. When Sam got out, it was like right around this time. That's why I'm talking about this. This was Sam's last post on November 21st, 2019, 101 days clean. It was approximately today, a year ago, he got out of jail. And he called me immediately. What's up? What's going on? Like, and then he got on my Facebook and whatnot, was looking at it and like started talking about me and Richard. Like, really? You're gonna be with him? Like, he's done everything for me that you were supposed to. He's been a great man to me. He helped me get clean. He I didn't see what the problem was. Sam was on the bus and he called me and he said, Janine, I have nowhere to go. I have to go down to Detroit to sleep. And I said, whoa. He borrowed somebody's phone on the bus. And I'm like, get off the bus. He said, okay, I'm gonna get off the bus and I'll call you right back. And so he was supposed to get off the bus in Ferndale, okay? I got on the phone with his dad and his mom and was like, he's going to Detroit to get high. We need to help him. I looked up warming shelters and everything, and like 5, 6, 7 hours passed, and then I get a phone call from a very familiar number from the hood. What's up? High out of his mind. I posted on Facebook that like if you're gonna lie to me, I'm done. Like, don't feed me bullshit. I've been getting high with you for 6, 7 years, bro. You can't bullshit me. I know what you were doing. Don't ask for help if you're gonna do the opposite. Because I would have done anything to help him, because that's when I really started taking off in this outreach. But I understood. He didn't have nowhere to go. His buddy August contacted me and said that he would let him live there with him. So I'm like, yes, okay. I never got along with August because I was getting high, whatever. But everybody wanted to blame me for Sam's actions. But I just wanted to put it out there. I was not with Sam when all this went down. The worst days, I was clean, trying to encourage him to get clean. So everybody needs to stop blaming me for Sam's death. When I blame myself enough, and it's not my fault. A couple days went by and Sam posted on Facebook and said, I'm gonna leave you alone. Remember that text message? I hope you remember it. And then I didn't really think too much of it until he was gone, and I reread it and finally put it together, what he was saying to me. So his mother sent him an overnight package of a heater and a phone and some money. A week later, he never showed up. A week later, his mom called me and said, is Sam with you? And I said, no. And she said, oh God, something happened. And I was like, calm down, it's okay. You know, we do this, you know. But she was concerned because I wasn't with him. And I was the one always reviving him whenever he overdosed. Knowing that, like, they got somebody right next to them, it gave them some sort of hope, like maybe my kid won't die. Last time I talked to him was like November 21st. I still remember everything. It's just like it's yesterday. It's so sad, man. So he was missing. His mother called me and asked me for the address of where he was staying, which he was staying at Vito's house, which was the place. He said, check Vito's room in the text message, okay? We sent the police over there. Police came back and called Dee, Sam's mom, and said it's empty. It turned up empty. Nobody's there. Okay, so then I started putting up flyers. Well, I started making flyers and I was putting them around. I was only like maybe 90 days clean at the time. My boyfriend was not comfortable with me going and scourging around abandoned houses. So I went on Google Earth and I looked up all the addresses of places that we lived and places I knew he would go. My mother comes down with cancer. November goes by. Thanksgiving goes by. Christmas goes by. New Year's goes by. No word. Finally, his brother went down there and checked all the addresses from point A to point B. I wrote 5 addresses of places he could possibly be at. And turns out he was found in Vito's bedroom, deceased. The police never went. They claimed they did. So I excluded that place from our searches. Because the police couldn't look inside the window and see him laying there. At an abandoned house. You left families wondering where their loved one was because you couldn't peek in the window. And then the killer part about it all is the coroner sided with the police and said that Sam was only dead for a few days. It was wintertime. I know Sam. You can't tell me nothing about him. He left me that note. He was ready to go. This wasn't an accident, and it just makes me sad because when I see so many people with people's stories of when people commit suicide when they regret it, like at the last second when it's too late. I know he didn't have that, but what if he regretted it and wanted to live and didn't have that chance? This is why I do this. Me and him were like this for 6 years. And the drugs tore us apart too. That's why I fight every single day to tell my story. And this is probably the hardest one I have. So now you know what happened to Sam Bannicky. He was an amazing person. He just had a dark past and a very cloudy future. He was my best friend, and he was a part of my life that haunts me forever. And I have nobody who was there with me through it. He was the only person that could probably get me back to drugs. That's why I feel like he did what he did. So I go to counseling for survival guilt because I feel like, why should I survive and he didn't? What's so special about me? How come I made it out and he didn't? So I struggle with that too. And I want everybody to succeed, and a lot of people don't even know what a normal life is until they've had one, and not many do. They grow up, they have a shitty childhood, and then they get on drugs to avoid it, and then that leads to a shitty life. There's no in between. There's no way to show them, like, this is what you want, and this is not what you want. I fight every day to show that. I'm gonna check out, but you've been listening to Janine, the Breaker of Strings, Mother of Puppets broadcast. I hope everybody stays safe. Suicide's not the answer, nor are drugs. Get help. Reach out to me personally, and I will get you the help you need and support you all the way through it. Stories a sober person won't believe.